Unlike rest of the finalists, it's a device that I have brought here for your to show you. This device is Silent Observer. It's already known now in the segment of female feticide and the PC and PNDT Act by the government, central government, which was enacted in 1994, and then it was modified in 2003. So the problem of female feticide, if you see that there is a gender discrimination at birth that we see, and there is a continuous deterioration in the sex ratio, especially in the segment of 0 to 6 years.
No, but you also need to see it. No?
So if you see, so it was first found out in 1991 that the decline is there, and the government got into action in 1994. They enacted the law, but it was not much of use. Why? I'll come to that. Then again in 2001 census, they found out that, well, situation is still bad. It's worsening. They further did a modification. They started taking the online or taking the data of every pregnant woman from all the centers, sonography centers. All the sonography centers needed to have a license kind of a thing. Is you can say a permit that they can have a sonography machine. So every sonography machine is registered, but still things did not change. Sorry. And why? Basically, the Act says that the entire responsibility of filling and maintaining this data is with the doctors. But malpractices are also in the doctors' community itself, even if they are 1%, 2%, or 5%. And that is where we were not able to stop this particular thing. So how to cross-check the data? The appropriate authorities appointed by the government under this Act did not have sufficient tool with them to cross-check the data, and it took approximately 20 years. So it's like when it was noticed first in 1991, and we built this device in 2009. So it's almost 19 years when we worked into this. Thanks to the district of Kolhapur, their administration and the collector over there, that they took the challenge. So first it was actually in 2007, the first ICT initiative was taken. All the forms or all the data was made online, and all the doctors have to fill the data online there. So there was a continuous data pulling in to the government servers. But that was just an initiative from one particular district that did not last. The reason is there was no cross-check of the data. How to do that? And that's where there was a need of intervention. And that's where Silent Observer comes. So the first version we did in the district of Kolhapur, Maharashtra. Some of the features we can say that we first had a small software that could be installed within the sonography machine, but that was intrusive because sonography machine manufacturers did not want anything to be installed on their system, and that was voiding the warranty terms. So we then decided to have this small device, Silent Observer, we call it. It was a non-intrusive installation so that the warranty terms are not void for the sonography machine manufacturers. Encryption was provided because sonography information is sensitive. We provided secure cabling so that the connection from the sonography machine and the device is never lost. And efficient storage algorithms. Only the sonographies, when they are done, the data is stored. Rest of data, all the blank areas, is completely discarded. So after that, we had stiff resistance from the doctors' community, and it took almost 4 to 5 months to convince. And the district administration decided to enforce rather than doing a willingness or willing adoption of the technology. So they enforced it that all the 232 centers they had, they have to comply with this solution. So from that point onwards, it was also known as legal innovation. So far, we have 500 plus units of Silent Observer and its advanced version Silent Observer 2 installed. From there onwards, we have had a report from UNFPA and the FICCI, which pitched in, and then they evaluated the entire solution. They provided us the suggestions, and we came up with the advanced version of the device. And that's where things change. So there are two devices which were launched. I think it's not clear, it's not visible here. So the devices became internet enabled. All the devices were internet enabled. So all the data could be uploaded to the server. What we decided to is to pull up the logs rather than all the data, because data was sensitive. So we decided not to put the videographic information on internet. So that's where Silent Observer 2 comes in. With the GSM and GPRS support enabled in all the devices, we are able to get the location, we are able to connect with them on a regular basis. So we create an MIS. How it works is, in Uttarkashi we have an installation. So it tells us every few minutes how many records have been captured, at what time it was switched on, at what time it was switched off. We get this regular data from the devices. So all of them are actually devices connected through SMS or GPRS. In a place like Uttarkashi, where GPRS connectivity is very, very poor, we actually switched on to SMS over there. So we get like records where a machine was switched on or off twice a day. This is the MIS data for a particular unit in Almora in the state of Uttarakhand. So that's how actually we brought in the mobile technology over there to get the current updates. So we know whether if the hard disk is full, that the data backup is to be taken. So we actually intimate the appropriate authority that the data backup has to be taken, so they can go intercept. We further provide cross correlation of the data. If you see in this, so inclusion of examination ID for the cross correlation of the online F form and the data which is stored in the device. We provide cross correlation, and out of say 1,000 centers in a particular state, we can pinpoint on those 5 or 10 centers that these are the suspected centers, so they can go and cross check the data over there. Going further, we have been recognized nationally and internationally. The this particular initiative was also, let me just go to this, awarded by Ambulinith earlier. We also have Manthan Award to this particular initiative. We have further internationally, we have received Red Herring in Hong Kong, FICCI and DST awards, and NASCOM awards for this. I'll just say one last word. Because of the added capability, we were able to work on 3G, GPRS or SMS anywhere as of today. And we actually enhanced this entire capabilities to provide automotive telematics platform and the telematics platform for the remote asset management. So far we have 6 verticals which the data is that lands on our server, or we support them. I think that's all. Thank you very much.
So much.